Poppy, welcome to the crib.
What's
Welcome
going
to the
on, man?
crib. We making
What's
this
good,
show
family?
out. And we just thought
Going,
we'd have
bro?
a nice little show, talk about some stuff here. Marcus, I see you back there. I'm gonna bring you on, but stay back. We gotta talk backstage real quick. I gotta talk to you about something. But go ahead, Poppy.
Yeah, man. Tonight's show is a pretty good show that you got going on because people need to, especially men, young men, and grown men, they need to understand that you don't really have to. The first thing that they should do is they shouldn't be chasing females. Number one, because one thing about women, they tell you they want to be pursuing all of that, but females don't. They don't. That's when they start calling you thirsty. Okay.
Yeah.
When you start chasing the females left and right, they're gonna call you thirsty. Okay. What you should be working on, you should be working on yourself. Number one, you should be working on your craft, and you should be working on your money because at the end of the day, you need money to do anything in life. You don't live for free. You don't live. You know what I mean? You got it. You know what I'm saying? You got a mama. You planning to have some kids. I mean, I got kids, so I know I always need to get that money because they don't eat out of air.
Absolutely. No, that's one of. I'm glad you mentioned that too. Now, here's the thing: where I push back, right? And I'll add a little caveat is the fact that guys shouldn't focus on women. I think they should allocate a certain amount of time towards building those skills, especially while they're on the way. Just because, especially in the age of social media, that things change so freaking fast. It's easy for guys to give up and just quit once they get back into it, and they're realizing that they're out of loop. Because that's the issue we're seeing right now. A lot of guys out of loop that are trying to figure out and find their bearings and be good, but they're just coming out and meeting more frustration after frustrations. That's what it is. So I think that on your way there, definitely mess with females, but be safe about it, right? Because I did that shit, and I was reckless. I didn't have OGs all around me telling me, "Yo, son, I ain't trying to knock your hustle or whatnot, but you need to be careful. This is what you need to be doing. This is what you got to be on the lookout for." And you know what? I didn't listen, and I had to eat my L. I eat my L. I had a child. Luck was not a wedlock because I knew what I was on, right? Even in fact, so what? So what if she wasn't, from my culture? And so what if she let's say she's an American black, right? So what? So what?
She's still black though.
What? You think someone from my culture is gonna fare any better? Y'all think I didn't grow up seeing women from my culture divorce, rape my uncles? You don't think I grew up seeing that? So you don't think I grew up understanding the mentality of what the fuck's happening? You don't think that, right? So when you see a loser mentality sees that and say, well, why did you keep trying? You dummy, you buried a male. Why did you try? God damn it. You should have just said fuck him, right? Right? Well, worst stuff. Well, why did you go date American? What? You don't know American black women. You know that's what they gonna do to you. You know that. You have a baby with them, they'll take a divorce. It's like, dummy, you know when I knew this? I grew up seeing this all the time. I knew what I was signing. I knew what I was signing up for when I put my name on the dotted line. But you also know what I got? I got a purpose too out of it. Right? Because I looked at that. I looked at that woman's belly, and I looked at the next generation. And I said, I can't be the same nigga selling doors here at Menards. I got to step my fucking game up.
That's real.
I got to step my fucking game up, and that's what I did. And I pushed myself, and since then I haven't stopped because it gave me that motivation. That was my why getting up. So now, would things have been different? No, probably, but I wouldn't have figured out myself till later down the road, and that's fine. But it's one of those things that you guys got to figure out what it is you're doing, right? And I think as part of it, you need to also deal with women. You need to also understand the traps and the pitfalls that can come with certain types of women that can do certain types of things. Now, you can vet all fucking day because we can sit here and talk vetting. I'm guilty of talking about vetting. And don't get me wrong, it's important. But there's no matter the amount of vetting you're going to get, people are fucking variables. And the where you lose is deluding yourself to thinking that you can control them. Because people cannot be controlled. Just like you shouldn't be controlled.
People change.
Think for your fucking self. Go ahead.
Yeah, people. Oh, you wanna go solo?
No, I'm cool. I'm listening.
But look, like you say, man. But listen. I got one more thing to say, bro. To me, it don't matter how much betting you do, bro. People change in the transcourse of the relationship. You see what I'm saying? And that they call it growing out of love, some shit like that, right? Like, oh, we grew apart. That's what most females say. Oh, we grew apart.
Yeah.
We live in an era now that people don't like to fight to stand together. It's easier for people to separate. And don't ever doubt yourself, bro, because let's say like you separated from that woman, but you got your kid. thanks to that woman, you got your goddamn kid. You see what I'm saying?
I got the next generation that I'm looking out for and I'm responsible for.
Exactly. That's your kid, and that, bro, that's the best feeling in the world, man. Trust me. I got kids myself. You see what I'm saying? So, like, no matter how you and her end up, just know that you got your kid, and now you want to teach your kid better than you was your parents taught you. That's the whole point of this life. Like, we're supposed to set up our kid to do better than us. Your parents gave you $5, you're supposed to leave your kid with $10. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to double that. That's what I'm saying. When, like, I've always been good with women. You see what I'm saying? Ever since I was a little kid, getting women for me was never a problem. I've always been a smooth talker. Females love to be around me. Blah blah blah. But that's what I'm saying. Do not chase female, because trust me, females love to chase guys, whether they want to admit it or not. They like what they cannot have. They like that shit, yo. You see what I'm saying? When you over here thirsty DMing 100 females a day, trust me, bro. Like they DMing 100 females a day. Where that's gonna take you, bro?
They don't realize that's part of the power that they're giving away. They don't realize that. Like, your time, that's a form of power that you have physically in this world too. Like, you're just giving that away, right? So it's one of those things. Go ahead.
Be fair, bro. I know I never, like, you want to call me a liar, man, but I never, like, I just got into the social media like 6 months ago. So I'm brand new to this game. I'm more like a face-to-face kind of guy. I never met a photo on Instagram. None of that, yo. So that's what I'm saying. But I understand why so many kids are awkward now, because they don't got the social skills to talk to a female face-to-face. So it's easier for them to talk to them through a phone. You see what I'm saying? Because they feel like if they get rejected through a phone, oh, at least she didn't do it in my face. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why they awkward. That's why they scared to talk to a female when they see her at the mall, when they see her at the club, when they see her at the bar. Hell, son, if I see a girl that I like, I'm gonna approach her, son. Like, a good percentage she's gonna say no, but guess what? Some females tell me no too, and that's okay, yo. That's okay, my nigga. That's okay, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like,
these guys, they feel like they have to close every single deal, and if one deal says no, then it's the end of the world and she's a hoe, right? And it's you're not realizing that you're first of all, there are people out there, and this is just a goddamn funnel, right? Go talk to as many people as you can, and at some point that one no, you'll get a yes after five no's. You don't fucking know. You just gotta go out there. You gotta keep trying, right? And what's the medium part in all of that? You gotta pick yourself up and move forward after each rejection. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep pushing, and then you build that skin and that armor around you. A lot of guys don't do that, so they think, well, no. She's supposed to cater to me. This whole world's fucked up is because they made it that way, and it's not the case. And it's
that's
like
how it works.
Exactly. That's just how the real world is. But yeah, go ahead. I'll let the last couple minutes here, and then we'll start closing down. But this was great. I think this was a great show. This was a good show. This is the kind of stuff that we all, for those of y'all, and I know the guys who always come for the drama, they're not here. They're not here for the real stuff. But I slipped this in. This is what you like. If you go back and watch every single content, no matter what it's about, Fresh and Fit, Donny Boy, and all these different stuff, you get this kind of message in there. That's how when I always say, did you get the fucking message? That's how I know y'all motherfuckers don't, because y'all not listening. You're listening to fucking hear what's going to trigger you versus listening to hear what's going to help you. That's the problem. So I keep saying this over and over again. Did you get the message? Because even though we have all this chaos going on out there, there's a nugget of truth in every single one. And to separate the people who understand it versus the people who are unself-aware to not understand it, the people who understand it are the ones that get the message. So I'm going to ask again, did y'all fucking get the goddamn message? All right, I'm going to leave it up to y'all niggas. Go ahead.
I want to hear my man Solo, what he have to say, man. So he a young guy, so how old are you? Like, around what area?
I am, and so this is my first time actually say this online, but I'll say it in my next video, so it's all good. I was keeping it to myself for a while because I was like, have like a big reveal later on, but man, fuck on that. I'm 23.
That's what's
so
up.
I'm only 23 years old. Some people say, I mean, I'm not too young, but I'm not old either. Not old. It's never old, but I'm
You're
not
on the
older.
right path, dude. For a 23-year-old, you're far along years.
Yep.
I
You're wiser
appreciate it.
beyond that, man. Real talk.
I try my best, man.
And this is the mindset I want other 23-year-olds to have. That's what y'all don't understand. This is the mindset we're trying to build y'all to have. At 23 years old, by the time he gets to that 30 years of age and all that stuff that y'all talk about at magical level, this nigga's gonna be at that point where he's looking at fucking with countries. That's how crazy this shit is. That's how crazy it is. That's how things that you can exponentially learn when your fucking mind's on the right track. But y'all don't know that. Y'all think that, I got time. My years in the 30s, I'm gonna be all right. Nah, bro. Because
here's the thing:
when you get to your 30s, you're catching up to guys like the guys you see on the panel. That's what you are. You're just then catching up, but even then, there are miles to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what separates the men from the boys. That's why only a few would make it, and y'all don't really understand that. So when we're telling y'all that these are the kind of traps that's out there, y'all don't get it. Because you guys are cannon fodder to the people who are actually at the 5%, in that 5% club. You guys are helping them get there by them actively subjugating you. You don't realize that.
And so here's two things to go off of that. So in terms of what you said, being miles ahead at an age, that's something that, I talked about on the last stream. I didn't appreciate all the things that my dad was putting in me. A lot of stuff that I learned about being a man, I did learn a lot from this space. But it was a lot of things that I didn't really fully appreciate that he was already instilled in me, that already shaped me into the person I am, that put me on this path. But like you said, remember what you just said, Poppy, is about making things better for the next generation, for our kids. If they give you, your parents give you 5, you give them 10. You keep multiplying now. So that's why it's upon me to be the best man I can be. So when I have those 7 kids I want, I can instill the things that I've learned at this age or in the last 2-3 years into them early. I want to instill these things into them when they only 9, 10, 11. So by the time they 12, 13, they already starting their own business. They already learning crypto or all these different things, because they don't have to waste time figuring out these things I had to waste time figuring out. So with that being said, that's where I'm trying to make it so my kids now, they can get it even quicker, and it's just quicker and quicker and quicker. But then also in terms of the youngness, like I don't know how old are you both of you guys? I don't know if you ever told you. Right. So this is where something that I said that I would do. So something I want to start doing is start working on a bunch of different content creators online, where I realize that what I can do, being at the stage that I'm at, I can be the bridge between the older generation and the younger generation. Because a lot of young generation, they might look at y'all and I want to listen to y'all and be like, I mean, you only 4 years older than me, but maybe you, Poppy, you're 32. They might say, this old head, old ass nigga, what you know he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, they might think just because you're not flashing or watching a Lambo this and that, you don't know what you're talking about. For me, I look at you and I know you know what the hell you're talking about, whether you're showing all that or not, because y'all stand on things, y'all stand for something. And that's the principles that the younger generation needs to understand. But since you're not flashing all these things, they don't think that you're something you're supposed to listen to, because they filter that they look through the world is fucked up. They don't have it figured out. They don't understand it. So that's where I want to come in, and I can be the bridge and be like, listen to this person, check out this person. I'm almost your age, you know what I'm saying? I know how you feel. Like, yeah, I'm just a little bit older. Here, I'm gonna just guide you along. You know what I'm saying? It just connect things. So that's where I realized that I can do here. That's where I think my purpose is on this platform. So I want to keep building my platform so that way I can do that effectively. And this is a network. This is where we can build a network where we can be something effective and be a weapon to truly transform these people. And in terms of that, that's where, if we talk about, when it comes to that podcast, that's where they fucked up. I remember you was saying one time, you was like, don't nobody got a problem with y'all. We really just trying to hold y'all accountable so you can be better. And have people put their egos and pride aside and listen to people. And, well, first of all, their foundation was all bad. They was scamming from the start. But say things were more legit than they are, and people were actually genuine, dope, cool people that respected people, paid them what they worth, everybody in this space will be supporting the fuck out of it. They would have a huge ass network. And then that network could build all these different channels or something huge, and then we could all come together collectively and build a goddamn council of men to fucking help these people. You know what I'm saying? It's limiting potential. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But fuck all that. We don't even need all that. We can build that shit right here. So, but I'm just saying, people don't realize the power of of being respectful and treating people good, and then bringing that together. There's power in numbers, and when you have an army of people that's real, that stand for something, that have their own strength, their own battles, and y'all bring it together. That's when you have a real strong army. That's when you get to 300 Spartans that's ready to lay these motherfuckers down. That's trying to protect what they got. They trying to protect what they got back at home.
King.
Oh God.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. So I just want to rant. So
no, that was up, man. No, that was an interesting, bro. That's a goddamn segue to goddamn almost close us out. I said goddamn twice. Goddamn, I said it 4 times. Hey, Bobby, got anything to put together on this, brother?
Yeah, I got recognize my man Solo. You really want 7 kids?
I think that's a good idea. Now, here's the reason why. Here's the reason why, right? Because it's one of those things where the more kids you have, the biologically speaking, the more they're able, the more chances they have to survive throughout, their lifespan and whatnot. Because back in the day, who's gonna live, who's gonna die. But also, that's a great way to kind of build a world around you, right? That's how it is. You want to talk about your own infrastructure? There you go. You got soldiers and goddamn nurses and goddamn contractors and goddamn an infrastructure right there. Because one thing y'all goddamn forgot is that family is the single and most important unit of power. Matter of fact, is the first central unit of power. Actually, technically the second. The first is yourself, right? But the second is coming together with other members of your family. It's building that second system of power. The third is your community, right? And then you build that community. That's your third system of power to fall back on. And the rest, you take on the world. This is what you do, right? It starts from here. And you are the centerpiece in all of that. Build your own goddamn heaven on this fucking hell. That's what. Oh shit, we got Nixon Talks back here. What up? Let's get Nixon Talks.
What up, Nixon?
What's good, Nixon?
All right, boys, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Fantastic.
How you doing?
Sorry, I can't get on camera. Just it's another hot day in Western Sydney. It's about 100 degrees. Sun's out. It's getting real hot out here. But I've been listening to you boys all afternoon, man. Very good conversation actually about like I said in the chat earlier, no one looks after you the way you look after yourself, man. If you don't look after yourself first and foremost, then how are you meant to lead other people, have other people look at you as a role model? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, we talk about all the time, everyone wants to be the flashy dude, everyone wants to have the nice car and all that sort of stuff. But like Steve the Dean said, don't do it for other people, do it for yourself. Like, you want to work, you work for yourself because you want to build to something. But at the same time, we get caught up in this whole notion of the whole social media craze of trying to be the best person on social media. Everyone needs to be flashy, everyone needs to be seen doing something, everyone needs to be somebody when they forgot about just being themselves.
That's fast. That's literally what you just said was the back of my foot story. I was so obsessed to becoming someone else, I forgot to be myself. I forgot myself. I literally forgot me. That's wild. Now, how many people do you see walking around here who don't even know who the fuck they are? That's the saddest thing in the world. You don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know why you're here. You're walking around here not even knowing the whole soul that you're in right now. That's wild. And the fact that you don't realize this is a big problem, you're not taking the time to understand that, that's even crazier. You want to talk about depression, drugs, and all these other coping mechanisms that we need, is because we don't even know who we are.
Yeah.
It's part of the issue.
Yeah, even me, I see it every weekend, right? I've been DJing for over 10 years in Sydney, and the amount of things you see, you tend to sort of see the certain people, archetypes of people, what they perceive themselves to be as opposed to what they actually are. They work Monday to Friday, work ridiculous hours, only to blow every single dollar they've earned on drugs and clothes and tables and booths and all sorts of things to make themselves look good.
And they don't realize that all that shit was temporary.
Yeah, exactly. And you see it non-stop. And it's like, I'm going to get that $10,000 table with, vodka and whatever, and we're going to get all these ladies with us. And it's like, bro, you can do all that stuff all you want, but it's not going to really get you anything because they're going to disappear after that because they're just there for the good time. They're not there for the long time.
That's the thing. They think the good time is going to last. That's a problem. And then see that's the thing, and a lot of people don't realize that they've been born into a world where things have always been going great. Especially in this modern world, you're born into a where things have always been great. This is what we call privilege. Like I said, I'm from a world where it's completely different. Where you want to talk about hospitals, you want to talk about fucking healthcare systems. Nigga, that's not even the same thing. Hold on, Nixon, I'm gonna mute you for a second. Hold up, real quick. I muted myself. Oh, you got it. All right. So it's one of those. You want to talk about hospitals. You want to talk about violence. You want to talk about like police brutality. There are cops driving around right now just shooting random people because of what? Because of whatever reason they want. Y'all don't really know that. There are people literally throwing people who are homosexuals or they think they're different sexual people off of buildings because they don't like them. Right? I come from a land where I understand the true fucking nature of people. Understand what people are truly capable of, especially when they're in a situation where they're pushed to the point where they have to do whatever they want to fucking survive. That's the situation I understand. When I was 6 years old, I kind of like dance around this because I like it's gruesome, and this was actually part of the reason why we fled Nigeria in the first place because the violence was getting pretty bad, right?
Civil
I
War.
saw no. Well, there's civil war coming, but I saw someone get necktied. Y'all don't know what that means? Y'all know what necktie means, right? When you beat somebody up so goddamn bad, you pour gasoline on them, put a tire on them, and set them on fire. That's a necktie. I saw that at 6 years old. I saw that at 6. You want to talk about a different world? That's a different freaking world. You saw how people utilize and manipulate the centers of power to get other people to act in horrible and heinous ways, to get other people to act in cult-like behaviors, to buy into one ideology, not realizing that they're acting against their own influence. And then when you look at the streets, you see people killing people, brothers killing sisters, sisters killing fathers. That's fucking hell. But when you come here, everyone's dressing things up in a fucking ideal. So much to the point that I had a conversation with somebody that told me that my experience only exists in movies because they don't see it. That's a crazy thing. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? They've never been to a third world country. They've never been any of that. They don't know that experience. So when I talk about people who are developing cult culture, when I talk about governments and how they're using centers of power and stuff that you call conspiracy aren't really conspiracy because it happens back there. Yeah, governments do false flag operations all the time. They invite other people to come in and wreak havoc so they can prepare to be the heroes. That's what happens. These shit that you think that doesn't exist, it exists. So when people see that, they come from experience and they see micro elements of that existing in other smaller structures of power, whether it's small cults where people listen to on YouTube or large organizations out at large. It's important to rail against this shit. It's important to criticize this shit. Because at some point in time, you wouldn't realize that you're heading down a slippery slope to fucking hell, and that road was built by you.
Yeah, I had to say that to somebody one time. They was talking about how he was saying how most of the culture knows that everything that what certain people are saying is not true. They don't. A lot of the regular people understand that as capping is not, something to follow. And when I say, well, I'm still gonna make content to try to change the mind of the people that think that that's good and actual real world shit. I said because it only takes one. I said first of all, the way I said as they grow, that channel grows, more people coming in. That's becoming an army. And you may think that it's not something significant. It only take one to do something hurtful or damage to one of my loved ones. And now my story or your story is one of pain, loss, or vengeance. All right? You may think it's not significant. It take one dude for me to lose, maybe, God forbid, lose my mom or lose my sister or something, or my niece or something like that. Because I ignored it. You know what I'm saying? People ignored it because they have this ideology and they see them walking along anything. Like anything, it can turn into that. Yeah. So it's like I'm doing what I can to stop that. Even if I can't stop it from happening to my own, stop it from happening to somebody else's. It matters. Everything matters. We have to all play our part.
That's what's up. And with that being said, man, Red Sings the Blues. First of all, shout out to you for the $2 super chat donation, man. Thank you so much for the support, man. Hey guys, we put shout out to Greg. Please go subscribe to his channel. It's Red Sings the Blues, man. This guy has awesome conversations. If you want to talk about deep intellectual stuff with good speakers, I think he had the one I was really fucking with what he did with Dr. T.S.on Johnson. So please check him out, man. He's the guy that everyone knows in this manosphere, but y'all know the business. So y'all definitely go ahead and check this dude out, man. He does some dope content. Thank you so much, Red. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, look at all the knowledge being dropped here. We have a wealth of this. We have a wealth of this coming on, right? But you guys got to understand when we do these different videos and these different things that we put together, it's just so you understand that we're responding to you and your needs. But when I ask you, did you get the message? Understand that even in those criticisms and those stuff that we talk about, there's an actual message that is important for you guys to be had. I'm not here asking you for money. I've never once asked any of you guys for anything in the world. I'm not. I don't need to. Why? Because I can come here and stand on my strength. Y'all don't realize, man. Like I've even gotten doxxed. I've even gotten doxxed talking about this shit, right? I've lost contracts. You guys don't understand that, bro. Because I don't come out here and fucking whine about it. When I tell you I lose money doing this shit, there's a fucking reality to it. This isn't something that makes me money. This is something, but I do it because I see where men are headed. And goddamn, who the fuck would I be to sit in the sidelines complaining rather than standing here in front of y'all with my fucking mug, taking all those risks to let y'all know what the fuck's up. Yeah, you bitch ass males out there, I see y'all. I see what y'all doing. I see the crowd y'all building. I see what's happening here. But it's not gonna work because this shit is gonna happen. And when real men step up, that's when society becomes stronger and starts heading towards the good times. Before y'all messed it up and become what we are today. Hold on, we got another super chat. Oh, we got Red with another super chat. What's good? All right, one more time for the culture, for the promo, bro. I appreciate it, man. Nah, man, you didn't even need to do that, bro. Like I promote, like literally, if you have shit that's decent and shit that's good, I'll promote you, man. We ain't gotta do no podcast payola or whatnot. I don't even operate that way. I don't. Like literally, it's like that's how passionate I am about this goddamn message. Don't pay me. I don't want your fucking money. I don't want anything from anyone. I'm my own person, and whatever I want, I get for my fucking self, because I built myself to be that guy. But the problem is, I want y'all to get that message so y'all can get out there and build shit for yourself. We don't have to ask nobody for shit, but you're building something for everyone else that you can eat on. Because true success and finding true purpose is by giving. That's it. Your purpose is not, in this world, is not to get what you can and gather as much eggs as you can for your basket. The purpose of this world and why you're here, I'm going to tell you this because no one else knows what your purpose is. I'm going to tell you this. Your purpose in this world is to give back. Look at all those people who became successful and got their money and became rich, right? They got the money, the fame, and what ended up happening? By the time they realized everything, they realized that, oh shit, I need to give back. I need to give all this back. Because in the end, this is not going to go anywhere with me, and I'm going to die with this. I need to make sure I live an imprint in this world. I leave a mark here. Right. That's your fucking purpose. It doesn't have to be on a major scale. It doesn't have to be on a universal scale. It doesn't have to be any of that. It could be something small. Something meaningful to somebody you love, somebody you care about, someone that you haven't, someone you're supposed to reach out to that you haven't. Give back. That is your only purpose in this world, and you will never be fulfilled unless you do that. Find a way to give back. If this world is not about living for yourself, but living for other people and what you can do for other people, because inherently that's what's going to make you valuable. And said, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. You can be. Let's go, Toast. When life has